United Financial Group is a trust asset management company. Investment into the development of new generation innovative drugs, UFG, is the most potential and prospective developments, safe medicine, and IT blockchain development. Our mission is to set up a well-balanced investment portfolio for everyone. United Financial Group. Invest with us and create your own future. Good evening. Let's start. I'm going to briefly tell you a few things about the past week and then the main news, and I'm going to answer your questions that I have and that I am going to have during our today's dialogue. So, the first thing, as you have probably seen, we are going to switch to the next investment stage. Why did we take this decision? Irrespective of the number of full shares, irrespective of the fact that the 8th investment round is still ongoing. The decision was taken due to the fact that we have successful in vitro tests. We have a ready technology of our alginar pharmaceutical drug production tested in laboratory. We began talking to a pharmaceutical company about shared production. The pharmaceutical company is certainly interested in our development and the plan to just place the pharmaceutical onto the market and to start marketing it. That's why we decided to switch to the 9th investment stage. According to the plan, the transfer is going to take on the 15th of March, no matter how many outstanding shares from the 8th investment round are there. The next important news is probably was voiced up 2 days ago. We are reducing price for our balsam. A few months have taken place to work it out with our process engineers to make it possible to reduce the price of the balsam. What was the main goal? It was, to make it affordable for all strata of the population, and if necessary for anyone to be able to buy it and have it in his or her first aid kit as a product that could help to treat a wide range of illnesses, as well as an immunomodifier. It shouldn't be expensive, it shouldn't be affordable. People don't have to buy it if they have certain illnesses, so anyone should be able to buy it to increase its immune system, his immune system or hers, no matter whether he has fallen ill or not. So that was the task, and owing to the work done, we managed to do it, and the market price is going to be 1,200 rubles per bottle. This is a tentative price, give or take, about 200 rubles, plus or minus. It's not going to be to the minus stage because of the market situation. Next, due to the fact that the balsam has reduced its price significantly, the decision was taken to remove our bonus program in the market personal account, because the bonus program has quite big remuneration and the price has dropped significantly, and we decided that the bonus program shouldn't be there anymore, because the initial plan was to have a marketing partnership promotion of our produce, but it didn't happen. Next. There's going to be a separate piece of information about pricing. We are launching the balsam across marketplaces and switching to the last step, and this food supplement is going to appear on wild berries or ozone. I don't know what comes first. Next point. The plan for the balsam marketing in 2022 is selling it for 5 million rubles per month as a minimum. This is about the balsam. Next, alginar. At the moment, the situation is as follows. The melanin, we have a well-developed laboratory technology, and to start launching it at a wider industrial stage and to commercialize it, to get enough number of working substance, we need to work it out on an industrial scale, and that's what we have been doing that. I had a meeting today with a company having industrial process technology for large volumes of production, and we have held talks today, and probably we are going to cooperate with them for production of our product. Next, there is another preparation for in vivo tests. This is the anti-tumor drug against the thick intestine, lung cancer, and skin melanoma. We're now selecting mice and the range of drug injection and amount of it. So the tests are scheduled for the 20th of March, and the tests are going to take place for a month. So by the end of April, the test results in vivo should be available. Next, there is a few questions from foreign partners. The first question is about Vortex Technologies company, which is headed by Mr. Sorokodum. Probably you have not watched the news. Back in autumn, that question was raised, and now the Vortex Technology company and Evgeny Sorokodum, we have suspended our work with them because it takes certain funding, and we need certain money, a lot of money to do so, but at the moment we cannot afford this money to allocate for that production otherwise, because we will not be able to develop across other lines of activities. So we have a more important thing, and those developments are still even not at the preparation stage. They are now at their infancy in terms of development, and the tests are pretty costly, so the decision was taken to put it on pause. ELA blockchain company partnership. Everything goes well. We have financed that project, and now we don't have other interactions with that company, and we look forward to getting tokens of that company, because they're going to market at decentralized exchanges. They have done the preparation, and as long as it happens, the news will be posted. And YELO has done a lot of homework to update things, and those who have invested independently in that company, many are asking what to do, where to go, and once again, many things are being tested at the moment, and I have not just gone into details. I expect things to be ready when the testing is over for main modules, and then if we make mistakes, there could be issues going forward in terms of account and restoration of the access. Next point. Can international situation and possible sanctions against Russia on our company's development? And is our company ready to work during the crisis that Russia is experiencing at the moment? Answer. If we take our product, the balsam, it is made up of fully domestic components, and we're not dependent on any imports or any OEMs. We don't purchase goods for hard currency, only rubles, and the only point is the bottle, packaging and sprayer. Those things, it's not a big deal, I would say, and they are produced in China. So far, China is having business relations with Russia, and I don't expect any discontinuation of supply. As for alginar preparation, all our raw materials are domestically made, and I don't expect any issues here, any other sanctions or any other impact or influence. It's hard to say. It's not possible to take everything into account, but we don't have any issues now, and I expect the situation to be flattening out, and everything is going to be all right. Next question is, are we going to have our own token? Answer. That question has already been discussed several times at previous webinars. We don't need our own token now, and we don't consider its development today. If we have to develop it, we'll do that. But to do so, we'll need to know why and what for we are going to use it, because just setting it up just for its development, it makes no sense. Question. When we can continue buying Rusich balsam abroad? Answer. As you know, we have put on pause our marketing abroad of Russia because there are some chains of supply broken. As you know, it does not depend on me because we don't have air transportation between Russia and Europe. And to say that how to deliver our products abroad, I don't know how to answer that question because I'm not able to answer it. Time will tell, and I hope that it's not going to take long, and those opportunities will be there, because to supply to Europe, this was a problem even before today's circumstances, and we had returns. Sometimes they got back by the customs, and the decision is taken to stop selling it abroad. Question. How are negotiations with pharmaceutical companies going? I have already answered that question because the pharmaceutical company is interested to work with us and to market our product. Question. Do we start selling alginar this year or next year? Answer. Given all situations taking place at the moment, I think that 2022 is going to be the year when we will not be able to sell it because There are lots of questions in terms of production, industrial production scale. For you to know how it looks like, we have had negotiations today with the company that has all necessary equipment. What we have to do is for our chemists and biologists to go and see that production facilities of the company and to work industrial production of melanin, and the first stage is a research one to develop the entire process map of production. Once the research stage is over, the first results are taken, that melanin has to be taken over to the laboratory for tests to see whether it fits into all parameters to the product that we have to produce. Then comes the second stage of testing, that we really get what we want. Once that process technology works well, how we need, we will be starting industrial scale production. And once we get the first industrial lot, it's gonna be encapsulated, most likely, and the first commercial product is there. How much time will it take? Hard to say, because the company's representative who is going to produce our melanin, they need to develop a process chart, and the next meeting is scheduled for the 20th or the 20th of March, and we are going to discuss the contract and the cooperation agreement. And I think that the first trial batch is going to be delivered in June, if everything goes well, and if there are no force majeure circumstances. So June we'll see the first lot. Once we get it, this pilot lot, and when we test it in the lab, once we get the knowledge that that's what we need, then the idea is to scale it up, and then we have to formalize all documents to start marketing it, to develop packaging and tagging. So that's how it looks like. That's it on my side, and I have answered all questions that I had. And now I am going to take your questions. What about industrial production in Moscow? Is it going to take place in Moscow? Answer: no. If we work with a company that we met today, it's most likely to produce in Belgorod region. Question: is there any disruption for disbursed payments? Answer: according to our accountants, the situation is normal as before. Right. In vivo tests are taking place on mice. In vivo is living organisms. In vitro is cellular tests, and in vivo it's living animals. Once in vivo tests are over, next step is to test it in a clinical way on humans. But as we are going to register it as a food supplement, we don't have to wait for clinical trials. Once we register it as a food supplement, and when the production is launched, anyone who wants could buy it and use it. That goes without saying that all documents will be there on toxic tests, that it's safe for human health, first of all. As they say in the medical industry, the first one is do no harm, and then so safety first. Question: any separate test on alginar for diabetes treatment? Answer: if we look at it from the medical point of view, it causes clinical trials. And I'm not answering that question now. I cannot do that, but once we have a biological supplement on sale, any person who has diabetes would be able to take it and to see what action it takes. Because as for the previous tests, estromelanin at diabetes gave good results. The full-scale testing is clinical trials. It takes a few years and a few $1 million, so we're not going to test it separately for diabetes. Once we approach clinical trials, we will have a certain task for what kind of disease we're going to clinically test it. It's not my decision. It's our experts' decision in the medical industry, in chemistry and biology, and our marketing people, because there are lots of nuances. One therapeutical line of activities is going to be taken, and clinical trials are going to be conducted on it. If there are no more questions, I am not going to take up your time, because time is a valuable resource. I wish you all good mood, to be healthy, and I wish you clear sky. Bye-bye.